Hey guys, welcome to Tabletop Baseball Plus. I've been away for a while, probably 4 or 5 months, and a lot of you have reached out to me wondering what's going on, and if I'm going to do any more videos or anything, and everything is fine with me. Life is normal. Um, I just kind of shifted gears in my hobby world and kind of went more towards the card collecting hobby and buying and selling cards and stuff like that. Um, but I just didn't really have any kind of project that I wanted to do in this hobby, so took a long break. Still not guaranteed that I'm going to put out a lot of videos, but maybe one here and there. But I wanted to bring back a game that I did a video on probably, man, it's been probably 2 years now, and it's called Star Power Baseball. And they've made some changes. They've made some, upgrades and some changes to the game. So I wanted to kind of bring it back and show you what's new about it. And first off, as you can see, the board that you get with the game is it's top notch. I mean, it's legit. It is an aluminum, basically an aluminum board, solid. It's not cardboard. And I'll flip it over here. You have some little pads on the back there. Keeps it elevated from the table. Keeps you from, maybe having to scratch your table, I guess. But really nice, really top notch. Well done. Love the pictures on it. Um, some really old time pictures up to some newer pictures. You got Mantle, you got Ruth, you got Koufax, Jackie Robinson. It may be hard to see on the camera. Hopefully it's not, but really, really well done. So you get that nice board. You get this is what all comes in the game right here. 10 dice for base runners if you wanted to use dice. The 2012 or not 12 National League 2021 cards and AL Central cards, the 41 National and American All-Star teams, the 2021 World Series teams, and your standard batting cards for your pitchers, which I can show those right here, and strategy cards. You get these. All your different situational cards for the different situations. You get a pitching batting key sheet for quick reference. That's this right here. You get a score sheet. It's already filled out with the 41 All-Stars starting lineup, so you're ready to go. And some blank score sheets, a rule book, and some card holders. So I've got off the side here, and they kind of they stand up like that, and you can set your cards on there, like your bench, your bullpen, etc., stuff like that. Now there's also a quick play guide. Like if you want to just take it out of the box and you just want to start playing, you like old school way, but pitchers are included even in the quick play game. You can just use this right here and get going. You don't want to use any of the strategy cards and stuff like that, because there are 3 ways to play this game. A basic, and then a quick play, a basic, and then an advanced game. You get this nice rule book, which I'll show you right here. Well done. It does go up to about 40-something pages, but as you can see, big print. There's a lot of pictures, illustrations, if you will. So, not to worry, it's not too comprehensive. It's it's and it includes some rules of the basic game and then the advanced game. And you can kind of just start with the basics and just throw some things in there as you progress with the game. You don't have to just jump right into to the advanced game. Gives you everything you need to know there. You also get this catalog, which is pretty incredible. I mean, look how big this thing is. Of all the sets he has, nicely done, really reasonably priced, and they're all separated out by the different eras. Like here you have the golden era, all the sets under the golden era that he has. I mean, $5, $12 is basically your optionals. Here's your 2021 AL rookies and National League rookies set. Of course, Wander Franco on there. I just really like that kid. He's really good. You know, and then just, he doesn't put out team sets. Doesn't put out team sets. I mean, season sets, I should say. But there's Hall of Fame sets. There's all-time greats. Let's see here. Where are they? You can get the all-time great sets, kind of like the other, you know, companies do. If I can find them here. There's just pitcher sets. Here we go. All-time team sets like Mets, Tigers, Dodgers, Giants, you name it. $12. I mean, $12. Come on. It's pretty good. Look at all those players. All-time great sets. Now, this game is, the reason he doesn't really do team sets is because this game is, if I can find, here's the 41 American League All-Stars. It's a rating system, star system, kind of like fantasy baseball with a salary cap. This would be your salary cap. This is like how much he's worth, 11 stars. So you could say, I'm going to make up some teams with a point cap of 100 points. So every team that you make up has to be 100 points or less, you know, made up of players 100 points or less. Like a salary cap, like I said. So Cecil Travis here, he's a 2. A gold means they're in the Hall of Fame. DiMaggio here, 22. Ted Williams, a 19. Jeff Heath's a 4. Joe Cronin's a 12. You know, Bill Dickey's a 12. And so on and so forth. So if you got a bunch of sets, you know, of just kind of hodgepodge players, and you wanted to make up some teams, have a tournament, or make up your own league, whatever, you could, you know, you could say every team has to be 100 points or less or whatever. However you want to set it up. You also get all these dice, these D6. These would help you keep track of your respins or your pitcher fatigue. So we'll take a look at some cards here. These are the 21 teams. And something I didn't mention is on like these 41 cards, you see it's a big color photo of the player. And on the back is going to have all your game statistics, things you need to play the game. Respins, your fielding ratings, your running ratings, and then some additional stats here and a little blurb on each player. Pretty nice. But on the, like your 2021 teams, everything's on the front. There's nothing on the back. Which, you know, I like both. Don't get me wrong. I love the color photo and everything. I kind of like having the stats on the front. I'm kind of a simpler is better guy. What's more efficient is better for me. What's more efficient is the way I lean. Some people are going to lean towards this. But then you have to flip it over to check and see what's going on. This one, these, you know, I wouldn't mind a color photo, which I think he used to do, with the stats just kind of pasted over the top of the photo. That's fine. But, so, you know, let's look at, we need a pitcher here, first of all. Let's get a pitcher out here. Max Fried, for the Braves. So we'll look at the pitcher card first. He has 4 respins. He's a starter, 5 innings is his fatigue where he reaches fatigue after 5 innings. So to figure out his fatigue, you're going to take the 5 plus the 4 is 9. And so you would put a 9 up here. So that's 9. So anytime a base runner reaches base, you're going to reduce that 1. And if it goes down to 0, he's fatigued. Or if he reaches 5 innings, he's fatigued. So there's an event card that you'll spin. This event card. And if it's the number's higher than however many pips he has remaining after his 5 innings, he will be fatigued. And then the batting key changes, the pitching key changes as well. If it's lower than the pips he has remaining, then he's still good to go. And you're looking at this outer ring, by the way, the outer ring. So before each game, you're going to spin this. Spin before each game starts using the outside ring. If the result is red, there's an injury. Spin the middle ring. If there's an injury, see when it happens. Outer ring, see who's injured. Or inner ring, see who's injured. Outer ring to see what happens. So then also keep track of the respins of 4. So you put the 4 over here. And anytime he uses a respin, you're just going to reduce this by 1. And then some batters have a chance for a respin as well. Most of them are probably going to be 0 or 1 on the respins. But here's your sack rating, bats left, your speed and agility, your left field position, left field, and then range and percentage. They call that percentage, if I'm not mistaken. Fielding percentage, I guess. Yeah, it's percentage and range. Batting average, of course. So, kind of the way the game works. Let's say we've got Max Fried up here. We've got Yuli Gurriel at the plate. First thing you're going to do is spin the pitcher card. Okay, so a WH minus means that if Gurriel gets a walk or a hit, he's going to have to spin again. So let's see what Gurriel gets here. And the camera angle may mess with the lines, but you're just going to have to trust me. What I'm saying is what it is. So he got a 9, which a 9 is a walk. And you get this little key here if you want to, for quick referral. So a 9's a walk, but like we said, Max Fried got a walk hit minus. So that takes away the walk. He's going to have to basically what I would call prove it. Like if you're playing horse or something, you got to prove it. You got to spin it again. And what happens? A 10. He struck him out. Strikeout. So Max Fried's pitching ability helped him out there. So we got the walk hit minus again. Okay, a B. That's on the B. May look like a line or whatever, but a B means it goes to the batter card. Very simply, spin the batter. 13. Look at that. Single anywhere. So Gurriel reaches, and then you drop him down to 8. Now he uses dice. Dennis does, the creator of the game. He'll put their base running ability with 2 D6s up here. I just prefer to put a little base runner. Or you can, you don't even have to use this. You can just use your score sheet to keep track. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put the runner out there. And so let's say we have a runner on first. Let's say Yordan Alvarez is up. So B, batter card. And a 6. A 6 is ground ball up the middle. So this is when, first of all, to have it set up, you would have these cards in here. Ground ball and outfield. Those are the ones you're going to use the most. So ground ball at the middle. To figure this, you're going to divide this card down the middle. This side is going to be shortstop. Shortstop's right here. Second base will be this entire side. Because it's up the middle, you're not going to use first, third, or first. You're just going to divide it in half. And second base, so it's up the middle to the second baseman. Now, if the second baseman or shortstop are rated R1, as in range, it's going to be a single, because that means they don't have a lot of range. This one is the worst, and so it's going to be a single. But I'm pretty sure second base, let's see here, Ozzy Albies, second baseman, he's an R3, so no worries there. He's going to get to it, and then we're going to spin it again, and it lands on the D. If you look up, you can't see it, but like up here, gives a little key, double play, so a double play is turned. Now, let's say it landed on R2, one of these numbers in the middle. R2 means range 2. Well, Ozzy Albies is a range 3. So he is greater than R2. He's an R3. As long as he's a 2 or above, he is going to get to decide, is it going to be the D or the F? So any of these numbers in between the F and D, whoever wins, because sometimes it's going to be a P. So over here, you're looking for a P4, you're looking for an R2 here, P3, R4, P. So it depends on what number you're looking for. Sometimes you'll have two numbers, and they will have to beat both numbers. I guess it is the fielder mainly on ground balls. As I look at it a little more closely, I believe those are all fielding. There's no A or S to look at. So since he's greater than R2, he can pick, obviously he's going to pick double play. Because if you pick the F, it's a force at second, and the batter's safe at first. So that's how these numbers work in the middle. It's not really touched on a lot in the instructions. You just kind of, it's not really explained really well in this instruction booklet. That's what I'm trying to say, but that's how those numbers work when there's a runner on base. So anything you can do in real baseball, you can do in this game. You can hit and run, steal. There's a play at the plate. There's a sacrifice bunt. You can drag bunt. And most of it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, stealing. When you're stealing, you're stealing second, you're looking at the outer ring. When you're stealing third, you're looking at the middle ring. When you're stealing home, you're looking at the inner ring. So you would spin and basically just do whatever it says. Lefty pitcher. I don't know what that means. Of course, it lands on the one thing I don't know what it means. Okay, so C15, that means the catcher, you're looking at the catcher's rating. The catcher's ratings, and he has to be greater than both. Travis d'Arnaud is a P4R1, so P1R5. He's not greater than both of those. So the batter gets to pick. Is he out or is he safe? I think I'll pick safe. How about that? I'm sure lefty pitcher means that he is going to be probably reduced. The runner will be reduced in his ratings a little bit because it's a little harder to steal on a lefty pitcher, right? Something else I didn't really touch on is the rare plays. Let's say the rare plays are going to be on the 3. If it lands on the 3, which is hard to do, but if it lands on that 3, then you would spin this, the 3 card, or whatever number you get. There's different outcomes, and they are represented on the back here. Like if it landed on a 3, you would use this card. If it landed on a 2, you'd use that one. And it tells you what happened and what you need to do. So there are rare plays in there. I kind of wanted to go over the all the different pitching symbols here. We did the walk hit minus. K is a strikeout, obviously. And you can't respin a strikeout, like the batter can't make him respin a strikeout. You can't respin a walk. You can't respin a home run. If it lands on HR minus, has a line above it, HR minus is going to be, if the batter spins a home run, then he has to respin. So basically he's taking away a home run. B's to the batter card. Walk minus, if it lands on a walk, he's going to have to spin again. G, ground ball anywhere. And on a ground ball with nobody on base, you're going to check for an error first, and then you'll check the location. If it lands on E first, then it's an error. So you'll spin that first, the outer ring first, when nobody is on base. There can still be errors when somebody's on base. You're just checking like location first, and then checking the outer ring second when somebody's on base. Let's see here. A Z. What's a Z? A Z is a wild pitch. And then an X. There's an X over there. Batter's hit by the pitch. And let's see. If it's just an H, he doesn't have just a regular old H. But if the result is a hit, then it stands. If it's not one of those numbers, if it's not a hit, like a 1, 5, 7, 11, or 13 is a hit, then the batter gets to respin. So typically, if it's an H with no line, it's a pitcher that gives up a lot of hits. So a walk minus, or a walk with no line, is a pitcher that walks a lot of batters. Typically, I would look for pitchers that have small B sections. I don't want a lot of B because I don't want it to automatically go to the batter. Like Jesse Chavez here. He just has a couple little three little B sections down here. And he takes away a home run, but you still go to the batter card, and it takes away a hit. So a respin there. But, I mean, he is a reliever. He's only a one inning guy, so. But still, that's kind of shows you the difference in the cards. I will go over the hitter cards. So you can have 1's a home run, obviously. 2's a ground ball pulled. So he bats left, so it'd be to the right side. So first of all, you would spin, see if it's an error. No error. Then you divide the card up. Instead of first and third, this first and third area is going to be all first base because he pulled it. And then up here will be, or actually, first base would be here, Second base would be all this. Second and short would be just second. First and third would just be first. So it's going to be second base. Second base goes from here all the way around to here since he pulled it. Makes sense? Hopefully it does. The 3 is the rare card or rare play. 4 is fly ball pulled. So it's kind of the same thing on the outfield. If he bats left, your left and right field is just going to be all left field. Center field will still be center field. 5 is a triple. Little bitty. I mean, I don't even know how you could tell that's on the line or in the 5. Not sure. I would say if it lands on the line, it's a 5. 6 is ground ball up the middle. So then you're going to change your ground ball card. You're going to divide it in half. This will be second base. This will be shortstop. Once again, if the shortstop or second baseman is rated an R1, it's going to be a single because he can't get to it. Single pulled is a 7. Fly ball anywhere is an 8. Base on balls 9. 10's a strikeout. So Alvarez, he's got a couple strikeout zones there. You look at Gurriel, he only has 1. Doesn't strike out as much. So there's a difference there. Obviously, Gurriel's a good hitter. 11, double anywhere. Ground ball, opposite field's a 12. Single anywhere is a 13. 14's an infield pop-up. Now, what else? There's something else I was going to mention. Oh, I know what it was. It was if you get a liner, talking about liners, as in the spinner lands on the line. Now, if it's a batter pitcher situation, whoever has the advantage can decide which side of the line they want to pick. So Max Fried, he's a left-hander. Gurriel is a right-hander. So Gurriel has the advantage. So if it landed on right there, a 10 or a 1, right there on that line, Gurriel's going to pick the 1. Now you can challenge. There's 1 challenge per game. And either team can challenge. So if Atlanta wanted to challenge that liner, then you would put the event card in there. And each team would spin. Whoever has the higher number on the outside here wins the challenge. It's kind of a 50-50 deal, really. But it may be worth it. What if it's the 9th inning and Gurriel hits a home run to win the game? Well, you might want to challenge it. Maybe it was a foul ball. But it would go as a strikeout if the Braves won the challenge. Maybe he tried to bunt it and it went over the fence, but it looked foul. I don't know. I'm kidding. So that's kind of cool. There's a little, instant replay kind of thing there, mechanism. Pretty cool. So that's, in a nutshell, that's the game. I mean, it's a really, really neat game. A really great improvement and take on the Catico game back from the whatever it was, 70s, I don't know, 60s, 70s. Whenever you played it, we all played it, I think, most of us. But of course, back then it was just hitters. It was just the hitter card. But now this is a major improvement, well thought out. There's a lot of thought that goes into these cards. They're not just slapping stuff on there and kind of spreading them out, spreading these different zones out just kind of randomly. They're they're thought out. They're based on, stats and percentages and everything that goes into each, pitching or hitting or whatever. It's well thought out, and all the ranges and the speed and stuff like that. It's not just, they did a lot of research to make these cards. So I give it a thumbs up. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. I would suggest going to the Star Power Baseball Facebook group page. And if you have any more questions, they can definitely answer them there. They can point you to how to order. Of course, if you have the old Catico game, you can use that and just order some sets. You can use those spinners. You don't have to buy the board. You can just buy some team sets and go that direction. You don't have to get the fancy board. But I'm telling you, this makes a big difference. This is awesome. I mean, to have all these spinners at your ready, because you're going to have, you can put both teams out there. As I get, let's see here, an Astros pitcher out there. Let's put Kendall Graveman out there. And if you'll notice, something else I didn't touch on, but like Kendall Graveman, look how big his liners are. So there's a lot of, liners that could work to his advantage or it could work to the hitter's advantage. He's a right-hander. But if he's facing a lefty, or if he's facing, if he's facing a right-hander, if there's a right-hander up and he's facing a right-hander, he's going to have the advantage big time, because look at those thick lines on there. And then you would have the Braves over here. You can set it up however you want, really. If you want to have pitcher, Braves pitcher, Astros down here, Astros pitcher, Braves down here. I kind of like to have both on the same side, but it's up to you. Set it up how you want. But like I said, if you had the old Catico game, which you can get them on eBay pretty cheap, you can just use those two spinners that come with the Catico game and just kind of switch things in and out. Either way you want to do it, it's up to you. So that is a look at Star Power Baseball. Really, like I said, thumbs up here. Let me know what you think. And that's going to wrap this one up. Until the next time, thank you guys for watching, and take care, and God bless.